can't see the world, and I'm looking from a high place, way above it all, standing on higher ground. I breathe the air, water running in around.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is our Redux, and welcome back to another episode of the Diamond Dimensions Extreme version 5.6, the first stable build. Mod pack Let's Play. And today, right after the previous episode, I did a bunch of organization. So here's our organizational system. This is ingots. This is dusts and stuff that appears like dusts. This is stuff I need to keep track of, so stuff that, it doesn't, I don't want it to go in like a random chest, but I need to, know where it is at all times. So that stuff goes here, in transit, stuff that I use that I just need to know where it is at random times, like a steel casing or an anvil or some cables or a battery or something, or food. So I have that stuff in there. Gems and gem-like things and other, nuggets and rods and crap, but basically just a basic valuables chest of the stuff left over from separating the ingots and the dust and stuff out. These are shards and essences, I guess. This is like the essence chest. All the magic crops essence goes in here. All the apatite, all the lapis and the coal go in here. This is equipment. So all the pickaxes and crap. Oops. This is wooden stuff and, nature things. So we have bees, we have resin, we have rubber, and raw rubber, and, rubber wood and twilight oak wood. Saplings, plants, all that stuff goes in there. This is the random stuff chest, which can also be just called mob jobs, I guess. This is just like all the stuff that was left over from all the other chests. This is the stuff I could find a designated place for. This is extended equipment and dyes. So we have buckets, we have other things that don't stack, like saddles and beds, enchanted books, potions, music discs, division sigils from extra utilities, and dyes and wool. So this is dyes, wool, and other non-stackables. This is the ores chest, which also has ore berries in it. This is like naturally gen blocks kind of a thing, as in like naturally gen underground or surface blocks. So like dirt, sand, cobblestone, stone, glass, which is from sand, stone bricks, snow stuff, clay, gravel, maze stones. Yeah, stuff like that is in here. And this is the food chest, which has stuff like goblin flesh, which is actually food. You can eat it, although it'll blind you for a few seconds. Trail mix, the cakes, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's basically my organizational system at the moment, subject to change. And I just press this button to sort everything. So as we can see, our ingots are kind of low at the minute. We don't have a lot of ingots except for, obsidian ingots. And that's because I've actually been doing some stuff in the background. I put a lot of upgrades into here, but a lot of speed upgrades in here, because I had some in here I just hadn't used, so I put them in there. Didn't do anything with that. I maxed out the energy upgrades and the speed upgrades in the enrichment chamber and in the metallurgic infuser, so I just made energy upgrades. Yo. I can't take them out of the infuser. That's weird. I can take them out of here. But yeah, these just take some gold dust and enriched alloys and glass. And that is why that's why we now have a crap ton of glass, because I needed a bunch of glass to do that. So I just went behind to the machine and duplicated a bunch of glass. I also went and used up all the gold dust, so I had to make more. So that's what was left over from the more that I made. I also made a crap ton of enriched stuff. So I basically ran out of iron, so I had to get more iron, or process more iron. I ran out of copper, I didn't run out of tin though. Oh yeah, that refined iron was made by mistake, I think. I made a crap ton of steel, so that's why we have a ton of steel right there. I made some more gold, I processed some more tin, and some more iron. And that's all been smelted, so that's all made into ingots, or it's in dust form here. So I'm actually going to smelt some of this right now. But we won't be needing these furnaces for much longer, because Well, I mean, we should probably still have them here, but I'm going to add another machine to this place here, and it is called the... What's that in here? It's called... Let me see here. Oh my god, I forgot what it's called. I think it's just a smelting factory, which lets me basically insert upgrades into here. So even if it only did one item at a time, it would be much faster, much better than doing smelting inferni. However, this smelting factory can smelt 3 items at once. So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. I don't know why this says 0 MJ out of 200 MJ. That doesn't make any sense. I think that's trying to hook in with Buildcraft, and that's not at all what this mod is. It does with joules, but not Minecraft joules. This is different. This is universal electricity, not Buildcraft power. However, I think Buildcraft power might work with this, but anyway. So, in this cool little chest over here, I have inserted quite a few things. This is just parts that we'll need. Just stuff left over from when I was making this stuff. So, this is the factory. There's the factory parts right here. But to make the factory, we need a few other things. And this is going to get a little bit iffy. In order to make these cables, which you need to make these basic control circuits, these basic circuits, which we need to basically make everything in mechanism. Where's all the mechanism stuff? Wow, every fuel tick. Okay. Wait. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so we basically need to make a energized smelter, wherever that is. Here it is. Energized smelter. And this is the factory, by the way. Recipe type, smelting. And so we need all the stuff. We need 4 basic circuits and an energized smelter. And to make the energized smelter, we actually need the other type of circuit. We need control circuits. And to do that, we just need 4 osmium around an enriched alloy. So I have that stuff right here. So let me go and craft that up. So it's like, whoops, might as well just do this. There we go. Wait. Yeah, okay. So we have that. And now we need to, god damn it, let's just search basic. Okay, basic factor, here we go. So we need that, we need 4 cobblestone, 2 glass, and a steel casing, which is in here. Just like that. And so I think 2 glass here, that there, nope, actually I think that goes there, because those go there. And then, crap, what was it, enriched alloys? No. Cobblestone, oh, idiot, it stacked here. Okay, there we go. What? That is the recipe? Oh, no way. I think it actually needs normal cobblestone. It's not ore dictionaried with, luckily I have a crap ton of that. It's not ore dictionaried with cobblestone and forge, so yeah. Okay, there we go. Energized smelter. This will do what we want. However, we're gonna go one step further and make a factory. To do that, we need 4 more either control circuits or these basic circuits. And some dust and some, yes, basically just dust. So in order to make these basic circuits, which I'm going to go this route because it'll let me explore some other machines that I've needed. So yeah, I'll explain how we're going to do that. So to get these circuits, we need to have put redstone around copper, bronze, or a steel plate here, which is just either 4 pieces of bronze or 4 pieces of steel. The problem is these insulated copper wires, because they require insulation. No matter what you do, they require insulation. You can make the cables this way, but you know you still need to insulate them. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Anyway, so yeah, you can use the wire mill. We'll get into that. Yeah, so to do this, we need insulation, and that's either 4 pieces of wool, which is extremely expensive for, you know, insulation, or we can Smelt leather, which is also expensive. That's actually why I went and got a crap ton of leather, but we're not going to do this. That's extremely inefficient because we can use the insulation refiner. Uses a crap ton of energy, but it'll, you know, take rubber bars and make them into insulation 1-to-1, wool 1-to-1 into insulation. It'll make 8 leather into 24 insulation. That's 3 per leather, and it'll make 2 insulation per rotten flesh. And of course, no more rubber from industrial craft. Well, is 1-to-1 into insulation. So that's pretty cool. Of course, it requires a crap ton of energy, but that's fine because we won't be needing that many wires, hopefully. So, yeah, this should be fine because it's like 1 insulation per wire, pretty much. So, yeah, we need an insulation refiner. And that's actually not that bad to craft. So let's get the electric expansion back up here. To make an insulation refiner, all we need is, well, basically all the stuff I have in this chest. So that, and that. I should be able to make a refiner for the insulation. There we go. Insulation refiner. And there's my bucket back, which I'll put back in the chest. Okay, so now we have a couple machines. But there is this wire mill here. Now, the problem with this wire mill is it actually should have a recipe. In fact, some of the stuff in the recipe, like this drop plate, is in the game, but the recipe isn't in my mod pack, and I don't know why. Maybe the author of Electric Expansion just broke it. But because of that, here, hang on, flashbang coming in. On this wiki page, here is the recipe for the wire mill. It requires 3 motors, which is actually a crap ton, 2 steel plates and 2 bronze plates, a circuit at the top, and that draw plate in the middle. So we're going to do that. I did not craft the motors. I saved that for you guys. So yeah, let's see what the motors take to craft. Motor. Steel and wires. We need 3 of those. So that's 12 wires, 12 steel, and 3 iron. So yeah, I am going to have to actually make a little bit more insulation. Yeah, I have enough steel. That's for damn sure. I just need. Yeah, let's just grab some steel here. I just need the insulation. Thought I had more insulation, but apparently I don't. Apparently I don't. So we are going to have to. Oh, you know what? Actually, this might just work. There you go. Problem solved. Now I have the cables required, so I can make the motors. I think. There we go. Steel around like that, and iron in the middle. There we go. We have our 3 motors. Let's see. Electric expansion. Actually, I don't know why I did that because I can't actually craft it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the draw plate. Draw plates, which is like that. There we go. So basically, the recipe requires these things. So what I'm going to do, because there's no recipe in the game, and there is supposed to be, we're going to do kind of a ritual here. We're going to burn them in a fire. Let's make... Oh, it's a fire over here. Aw. Okay. Let's put one down here. So there's a fire here. Motors, steel plates, bronze plates, basic circuit, drop plates. And in trade, I get my wire mill. So we're cheating that in, but that's just because the mod broke and it shouldn't be broken. So there you go. We have our wire mill. Now I'm going to show you what these 2 do first before we make the factory. This wire mill, let's place this down. We might need to extend this place a little bit. So let me... I am really hurting for insulation right now. Holy wiener. Yeah, so I'm just gonna make 2 more wires. 2 more wires, because I just need to extend this a little bit. There we go. Wire mill, let's place that right here. There we go, it's in taking power. Perfect. It's draining power from the battery box, but it's good because this is charging that. And then we'll place the insulation refiner right there. That's intaking power. Good. Excellent. That's on fire again. The insulation refiner is extremely important for what I'm doing because, well, I really need a lot of insulation. And the way we're going to do that is we're actually going to give it some rotten flesh. So let's do that. Let's give it like 24 rotten flesh. Here we go. Put that in. And it will use quite a bit of power to do this. But that's okay because, well, we need a lot of this stuff. So there you go. There's 8 rotten flesh gone, and it gave us 16 insulation for that. And while that's working, let us find out what to do with the wire mill. That's on fire again, of course. So the wire mill, we can actually check out recipes for it, I think, like that. So we can make 10 wool. Whoa, actually, I didn't know that. We can make 10 wool into 40 string, so it kind of goes backwards like that. Or we can use 1 ingot per 3 wires for these wires. Or we can actually make the... like if we want to make superconductor wires, we have to make 64 electrum ingots, and that'll give us directly 64 superconductor wires. So yeah, that's kind of weird in there. Yeah, it's just a kind of a weird recipe, but anyway. What I'm really interested in right now, the uninsulated copper wires. So the way we're going to get that is we're just going to take a bunch of copper and shove it into the wire mill. It's going to use, again, quite a bit of energy, about the same amount per tick as the insulation refiner, but the wire mill gets done with each operation a lot quicker, so each process doesn't actually take as long as you might think. Actually, that might be enough. That might actually be enough. So now we have more wires, which is good. So let me put, actually I might need those. Okay, what am I doing again? Oh yeah, I'm making the basic smelting factory here. All right, so now we need basic circuit, and we can make those now. I think I missed something. Redstone. No, I have redstone on me. That's fine. Let's just make these into... Okay, there we go. All right. So now let's make the thingies. 1, 2... Actually, I need 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do that. And that, and then redstone. Bam! 4 basic circuits. All right. Now I can put... or I can make this machine now, I think. No, I think it's like that and then like that. Yes! Okay. We now have a basic factory of smelting. Sounds so weird. But yeah, so I'm going to place that there. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, I forget what that's for. I completely forget what that's for. But we can, in fact... Oh, stop it. Oh, we can, in fact... put upgrades into this thing, which I'm going to do. However, my energy is looking a little bit scarce, but that's fine. I'm going to make some upgrades. And I remember how to do that. It's just like glass and redstone and, you know, enriched alloys and stuff. No, I actually think it's just glass, enriched alloys, and dusts. So I'm going to get some gold dust and some osmium dust, because those are the ones that I need for this. So let's make let's just make as many of these as we can. So I think it's like this and like that. Yeah, there we go. Let's just make as many as we can. Put the glass away, and then put the... Oh, that's fine. So now we can upgrade this pretty damn far. See how much energy this is going to suck out. So 100, 129. It's quite weird how that's progressing. Would have thought it would be more exact than that. That's just weird. Okay, now we put speed upgrades in there. That will make this go a lot faster. That's, of course, is going to suck more power down. I don't know, but I think the energy upgrades give it better efficiency. I don't know how to confirm that, but I think it might be more efficient with each energy upgrade. At least I hope so, because I mean, I wouldn't need to make them if there would be no benefit for to make them if that weren't the case. So I don't know, but yeah. So speed upgrades. That is good. So let me throw. No, do not put the ores in there. I need to process some dusts. So let's do that. Tin dust, iron dust, steel dust. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in there I need to process. So we just throw that in, and throw that in. And it is doing each one individually, basically. And at a great speed. Of course, it's sucking back quite a bit of power. So I'm going to have to recharge that at some point. But this is flying. It is flying. And that is exactly what we need to have. And bam. That's all that done. So, yeah. So that's that factory. I'm smelting more. What are you doing in here, bitch? Get out of here. Wow. Okay. Well, that was weird. Ender pearl, redstone. Wait, I need my bucket. Give me my bucket back. And my chest. Give me my chest. Alright, the next thing I want to make is called a purification chamber. So let's do that. Purification. And what this is going to allow us to do is get 3 times the ore, 3 times the ingots, or the dust, or whatever, from every ore we process. And we have all the infrastructure to use it, because how it works is you get the what's called the clumps from this machine, you feed them into the crusher, it turns them into dirty dust, and then you process that dirty dust in the enrichment chamber, and then it gives you a normal dust, which you can then smelt in a furnace or your basic factory or whatever. So that's how that works, and well, let's do that. It actually does require some more infrastructure, but we'll get to that. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated. I am actually going to make this with control circuits, because making it with basic circuits, I think is actually more, it's more resource intensive. So yeah, I'm going to make the control circuits first. I need, I think, like 4 osmium. No, actually, wait, what? No, crap, god damn it. Oh yeah, 8 osmium and 2 of those thingies. There we go. 2 of those, and then 2 like that. There we go. Control I need 4 of them. I'm stupid. I am sort of horribly nuts. Okay. So we'll just make those. All right, now, that's that done. We need another steel casing, which I actually made a bunch before, so I'll get one of those. I made those off camera, actually. Now we need atomic cores. Now these things are a pain in the ass, because we need obsidian dust. Actually, that's not that difficult, because all we need to do is grind up some of this, or crush some of that, or enrich it, I forget. We'll need those in a bit. And we need osmium dust. Okay, god damn it. I need to process some osmium. Okay, there we go. Enrich these suckers. Can we crush this? No. Can't crush those. We need to enrich them. Alright, there we go. Dirty obsidian dust. And some normal osmium dust. Now what we need is to basically, well, make this. Oh, I need diamonds. 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds. There we go. These ingots, they look like diamond ingots. They look so awesome. Alright, so I think we can just do that if we have everything. Yep, there's 1. Ah, I need 2. I forgot. I'm going to have to process 2 more obsidian and give me my osmium dust back. Okay, so let's process 2 more of that. That's why I got all the upgrades, so I can like not cut. I can talk as I'm processing rather than waiting until they're done and then talk, because I have to cut the whole thing out. All right, so now we have 2 of those, And now we have a purification chamber. That was much easier than I thought. Whoops. Meant to press number 9, not number 0. 0 is my hotkey for waypoints. Anyway, so that's why this spot in the middle is there. Let me just mine this out. I don't know why there's redstone under my base. There's a lot of redstone under my base. Holy crap. Just patch this up. Patch it up. Okay. So now we have this purification chamber. And now I need more upgrades. I might as well just like have a crap ton of upgrades just stored away. So let me just... I'm just going to process a couple of these. Just so that, you know, I can have some upgrades. I need osmium dust as well, so let me process 2 of those. Smelt that. No, wait, no, don't smelt it. Oh, crap, I screwed up. Wow. Okay, yeah, let's process 1 more of those. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, upgrades. Glass and... Wow, I've used all of the enriched alloys that I have? Really? Wow. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna need to make some more, so let's do that real quick. Let's just make a crap ton of them. I'm not gonna do the redstone way because you can be more efficient with your iron if you use copper dust or tin dust. So what I'm gonna do is use tin dust. Let me just process some tin here. So, yeah, there we go. Now I can make my my enriched iron, and I can smelt the enriched iron. Make my enriched alloys. Just make all this into enriched iron. There we go. And I can smelt that up. Alright, there we go. Now, while that's going... Oh yeah, upgrades, 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 upgrades. So like this, I believe. Yes! Yes! Okay, now we can put those into the purification chamber right here. Which just go right in. Oh yeah, look at all that. So good. It's so satisfying when you have everything set up. You're not working with the bare minimum like it was on that server. We have the purification chamber. Now you might recognize this GUI. It's a little bit like the osmium compressor, right? You have the ingots, the osmium ingots at the bottom. They get sucked into here, and then you put your glowstone or your in old versions your redstone or your refined obsidian dust into this slot, and it'll make like an ingot of that dust combined with the osmium. You might think that something goes here. You know, what goes there? Well, it's either flint or oxygen, but we don't have oxygen, so we just have to use flint. So we have to use a lot of flint for this, but that's okay because, well, we actually have a lot of flint right now, but we also have a Fortune 3 obsidian paxel, and flint has a CV value, so we can literally go over there and just get gobs of it from our CV value. So yeah. So what do you do with this? Well, as I said before, let's go grab an ore. Let's go grab tin, because that's what I'm going to need. Make some really cool noises. And make some really cool visuals as well, actually. And it makes these clumps. Actually, this is not going down very fast. That's weird. Why is that not going down? That's not going down at all. What the heck is going on? Do we not need to refill this because of the upgrades I put in it? I swear, that's not how that works. Did I just glitch the mod out? Turns out, I guess we won't be needing the flint. But here we go. We got tin clumps. And we crush those very loudly. I went and got a drink. That was perfect timing. Okay, so now that we have our dusts, or our dirty dust from our clumps, we can move over to the enrichment chamber and wait another 10,000 hours as these process. Of course, it won't be that long because, well, we have our upgrades in here. This does all require energy, so we're going to drain our battery box. So I should probably put some coal into the generator. Wait, does it work with this? No. Let me put that in there, though. That's a scary amount of fuel for that. I mean, I don't even think coal gives that much. Hang on here. Oh, never mind. It does. Wow. You know what? That's actually not as inefficient as I thought. Although I still think lava should produce a lot more than it actually does. If I put this in there, it only goes up to like that. I feel like that lava should be a lot more efficient than that. Definitely much more than coal. There we go. There's all our tin dust. And now we can put Tin Berners-Lee into the factory here. And actually, I'm going to keep some of this. Oh, no. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I'm going to keep some of that so I can make more of the alloys with it. Because I'm going to need a crap ton of this stuff. I'm also going to need more steel. So I'm going to put my compressed carbon in that. Nope, wrong slot. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Tin ingots. And, oh, wait, what? Oh, I ran out of iron. Stupid. Give me that iron. Nope, wrong. There we go. And I'll smelt these. Just like that. And yeah, we got a pretty cool thing going here. I don't have enough enriched iron to run out of this. I don't want to keep like the requirement in here. I don't want to keep this filled. I don't want to dump it either, but I don't want that to be filled. So what I am going to do is make some more of these, just enough to like make that run out. That's probably not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough either, is it? Nope. Run out already. There we go. Okay. Now we can smelt the rest of that. Alright, so let me put the glass back. Oh, I need to smelt these as well. Actually, I'm going to keep some steel dust because I need that to make some stuff later on. But anyway, so that's basically the factory nonsense and all the purification stuff. And yeah, you can actually make a purification factory. So if I do factory and go to this page, we can see that there we have smelting types, enriching types, crushing types. There's no purifying type. We do have enriching and crushing though. I might as well make this one. I mean, there's no reason not to make that, right? I mean, we might as well. Basic factory, so it's control circuits, enriched alloy. Yeah, we should do that. So let's make some more control circuits. We need 4 of those. We just need 16 osmium. And then gold dust. Oh crap! Do I have? No, I do not have. Okay, well, I guess we'll process some gold dust next. That's a lot of steel. Holy crap! Whoops. All right, let me just get this going. This is gonna be very loud. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, after this, I'm gonna do the rest off camera, like when this episode is done. I'm not gonna put this in there in this episode. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Okay, so now we have all the dust we need for this. Okay, we have everything we need except for the factory itself. Now, I think there's a thing we can have that we can just upgrade it in place. So mechanism. I think there's some kind of an upgrader, maybe? I'm very sure there's some kind of installer. Dang it. Okay, well, I guess there isn't. Not in this version, anyway. Well, crapola. Well, that's okay, because we can literally just pick up the enrichment chamber. However, I'm going to remove all the upgrades from it first, so give me... I don't know if the energy is going to carry over, but we're going to break the machine, pick it up. It has stored energy, so that is hopeful. And we're going to put that in the middle, gold dust, 4 of these, and then 2 of those. Now we have a basic factory, recipe type enriching, and it has that stored energy, so that's good. So let's come back over here, place that there. I lost a lot of energy by having it not having the upgrades in there, but we're just gonna have to deal with that. All right, let's put more coal in there. Actually, there is one more machine or one more generator I'd like to make, but I'm gonna do that next time. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. This has been Outward Redux, and remember, you can always play this mod pack yourself. However, this particular version that I'm playing is not exactly out yet, but it's pretty damn close to what is out there, 5.6. This is just not quite stable yet, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next live stream, short or video, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. See you guys. So loud.
I see the world, and I'm looking from a high place, way above it all, standing on higher ground. I breathe the air, they're running here at race, way above it all, standing on higher ground. I feel the glow, but I don't speak.